Alright, so stop. Alright, so Star Wars Episode 9 trailer dropped. Terrible title. Terrible title. I don't even understand the title. The Rise of the Skywalker. Obviously, they don't understand titles either. Not George Lucas titles, anyway. Let's watch this real fast and see what we think of it, even though it's kind of just dead to me. At this point, it's like we're, poking a corpse with a stick, seeing if we can still get some kind of life out of it, but we'll see. Here we go.
We've passed on all we know. 1,000 generations live in you now. But this is your fight.
Okay. So let me just start by saying, at first when it was starting to play and I heard that breathing, I'm like, oh god, please don't let this open up with some kind of Kylo Ray sex scene or something. It sounded like somebody was giving birth. But that whole flippy thing over the speeder wasn't really even necessary. I mean, the thing hovers off the ground. You could have just dropped to the ground and you would avoid being hit. Going for some kind of style or whatever, I didn't like that. I don't feel anything right now, honestly. I mean, the music sounded nice, and the voiceover from Luke was nice, but him talking about, this is your fight now, it's just, come on, man. You guys just trashed Luke Skywalker. Everything he did in the original trilogy, he's just completely trashed. I mean, he did absolutely everything to win that war, save the galaxy. I mean, but he did it, like, just, God. I don't think it can be fixed, man. I mean, just the way they trashed Luke. The way they trashed Luke and the way they got him, like, talking here, like he's passing on the mantle to her, that it's her fight now, and it's just, come on, man. We all know this whole trilogy should have and could have been better. Obviously, this trailer could have been worse. Like I said, it could have opened with Kylo and Rey having sex or something. I don't get this whole the Rise of the Skywalker's titles, because Luke's dead. He's dead. Leia, Carrie Fisher, in real life, she's dead. Obviously, you can't do much with her here, you can do whatever you had deleted scenes and footage of, or whatever you can. But I mean, we never got anything. I mean, we never got the original characters reuniting on screen. We never got, to see Luke Skywalker as the Jedi Master he became. He was just this guy that had given up on everything. He gave up. He just gave up and just decided to live off as a hermit on this island and died to project himself across the galaxy. And it just feels like everything they did in the original trilogy was a complete failure with this trilogy. That's what it feels like. It feels like everything you watched in that original trilogy was for nothing. And all the hell and characters that were executed, even in the prequel trilogy, like all that stuff that happened there, ends up with Luke saving the galaxy at some point later. He saves the galaxy. So the prequel, you get the prequel trilogy where it shows everything that happened, how the galaxy went to shit, and then it shows what the galaxy was like, ruled under dictatorship, ruled under the Emperor, and ruled under Darth Vader, and it had Luke convinced Darth Vader to save the day. This guy didn't give up on anybody, even the worst of the worst, child murdering psychopath. The way they did Luke, where he tries to murder his own nephew, and I mean, the story writes itself. I mean, you could have had something way, way better. Luke should have been been the Grand Master of his own Jedi Academy, his own new Jedi Order, where things were different, so the mistakes of the past wouldn't be made. You could have had, where it's just, there was all that stuff, all that expanded universe stuff that you could have used as a reference, and all that you used it really was to like kind of mimic the twins in your own way, and just, man, I don't know, this just sucks. I'm not interested, okay? I'm not excited. I'm not gonna get excited for something. It could be okay, but I will go see it, but I'm not excited for it. I'm not gonna give them a second to manipulate me into feeling excited for something when it's just likely gonna be bad, because it is bad. I mean, if you include the Disney trilogy now, and you look at the whole saga as a whole with the Disney trilogy included, it makes the prequels and the original look bad when you look at this from the standpoint as a whole. The prequel trilogy, the Jedi end up failing, and the Emperor takes over the galaxy, and Darth Vader gets turned to the dark side, and then they rule the galaxy. And Luke, Obi-Wan and Yoda, their last hope, Luke Skywalker, they die, but they train him before they die, and he ends up saving the whole galaxy from the rule of the Empire. Not only that, he ends up saving Darth Vader from himself. And then it's like, despite them, having those celebration scenes and stuff in the newer versions of Return of the Jedi. Uh, those celebrations all over the galaxy. When you get here to The Force Awakens and all this, it feels like none of that ever happened. Like, none of that ever happened. None of that meant anything at all, because what happens in The Last Jedi to Luke when they finally show what he's been like, show what he's been doing? Well, he's just a failure. And I don't feel anything for this Rey character, because she has no personality or anything. She's just this character that's there. She's a blank canvas. And so I don't feel anything for her or Finn and Poe, because in The Last Jedi, those two, they're just kind of running around on their own little... And what they're running around for adds up to nothing. You got Finn running around trying to find this, hacker type dude or whatever it was. And then you got Poe running around thinking that they're being led by an idiot, that they're just keeping him in the dark and making him look like an idiot for, I don't know, their own amusement. So, Finn and Poe, they just look like idiots the whole film, and their journeys add up to nothing. Their little adventures add up to nothing. And then you got Luke looking like he just doesn't care about anything or anybody, and he's just a failure, a loser that doesn't... And then you have Rey, who's just all overpowered and all about, trying to overcome this enemy and find her purpose or place, but she doesn't really have a personality or anything, and there's no reason to really care for her. And it's cool to see Lando and Chewbacca and C-3PO all in here, and even Leia like hugging Rey, but I don't even know what the hell they're hugging about and why Rey's crying, because and it just feels weird to have Chewbacca and C-3PO running around with Finn and Poe and this whole new crew. They're all together, but they're all actually together in this movie, but it's too little too late, man. It's too little too... I'm not excited, and I'm a little bit off-put by the Palpatine laugh there at the end, and the whole Death Star 2 crashed there on the planet. I'm not sure what they're getting at. Is Palpatine going to be a ghost? Is he not supposed to be dead? Is this going to be some kind of clone Palpatine thing? It better not just be like real Palpatine is the ultimate villain of all this. You still got to explain what the hell Snoke was. What the hell was that? They're going to have the Knights of Ren in here, but I mean, where the hell were they? Where have they been? What's up with them? I just feel like, I don't know what they're doing, but bringing Palpatine back, if he's the ultimate villain and Rey's got to defeat him, then she's the one who really... So, nothing Luke did mattered. Nothing anybody else did mattered, because Rey will be the one to truly defeat Palpatine and liberate the galaxy. It just... God, man. God. And they don't even understand the way Star Wars titles work. Obviously, I think that they named it The Rise of the Skywalkers to make you think that this time they're going to respect Luke. And of course, they could respect Luke this time. I mean, he could be a Force Ghost training Rey and come off like a real Jedi Master this time. But he is dead, and it's still weak if he's a Force Ghost. And if it's The Rise of the Skywalker, that really indicates that, that I guess Rey's supposed to be related to them or something. I don't know, because why would you call Kylo Skywalker if he's the one who's going to rise up and save the day and all that? I don't know. This title makes no sense. It doesn't have enough. There's not enough for me to make sense of it yet. But still, it doesn't make sense as a title. Of course, the Last Jedi derailed all the titles, I guess, now, because titles used to make sense. You have the titles reflecting each other. A New Hope and The Phantom Menace, that alludes to some kind of mystery, that there's something bigger there. And The Force Awakens kind of alludes that there's a mystery there. And then you have things like that are a direct reflection of each other. That's like Attack of the Clones and The Empire Strikes Back. And then Return of the Jedi and Revenge of the Sith. Those are like direct reflections. So you guys don't understand George Lucas titles. You don't understand it, and you could have easily did something that kind of reflects those titles, but takes a different ground. But this title is crap. I don't care about these new characters at all. They named it The Rise of the Skywalker, I guess, to try to convince people to come back, to try to convince people this time they're going to respect Luke. They're going to respect fans. They're going to respect the mythology. They're going to respect things up. But obviously, how can they? How can they with Luke dead? What Skywalker is rising up? Anakin's dead. Luke's dead. Carrie Fisher is dead. She's going to be in there at Leia, but to a limited degree, and that's it for her. And maybe and since that poster, I don't know if that's a real poster, but that poster leaked for episode 9, and it shows C-3PO holding a crossbow. I'm not sure if that means that Chewbacca's going to die too, or what the hell's going to happen there. But it's just really sad. You got Chewbacca and C-3PO there, and they're just, gonna tag around with these new characters? Their old buddies are no longer around? What about R2? What's up with him? Lando? I just don't like it. I don't like any part of this trailer. I don't know if it's possible for me to like this little trilogy right here after what Rian Johnson did to it. I don't know if it's fixable at all. To a degree, I'll see it, but I don't have any high expectations, any high hopes, or any expectations. It's all dead. I'll see it. Maybe they could do a good job with it. That I'm not going to put much stock into that. I've kind of rambled too long about this. It's just a really... Anyways, comment down below. What do you think of this title? What do you think of this trailer? Do you think this is at all salvageable as a trilogy with this last entry? Just tell me what you think of it. Anyways, like, subscribe, stay awesome, rock on.